Hello and welcome to a fabulous USA 5 Things Friday with my amazing co-host, Jill Dvorak. Is that right?
Right. You got it right.
Yes. And the reason why I'm smiling, this is like such a phenomenal co-host to be sharing this virtual stage with. Jill is the SVP of content at NRF. I've been going to NRF for 15 years. It's like meeting your idols. So you'll see me like quiet.
Don't be heroes. Don't be your heroes.
Listen, we're on a tight schedule. We're gonna try and keep it to 15 minutes. You know the format. These are the 5 top things in the United States of America that we feel are quite interesting to have a conversation on. And to start off with, we're going to have a look. I think Glossier is like one of the leading beauty brands, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's certainly in the Gen Z category. It's just, they came out with such a unique proposition years and years ago, and they've kept it up. They've still done really, really well. People are following.
I know we've spoke about their CEO stepping down, but the news here is that obviously Glossier, with their 1 million TikTok followers, they've just launched the Glossier brand on TikTok Shop. And this is really proving to be, specifically in the USA, Gen Z's favorite place to go and buy beauty, to go and discover beauty. And you can see their own videos have got quite good traction anyway. They're sort of, you can now buy it on TikTok Shop in the US, which I think is, again, a sign of our times. Who would have thought you would have beauty on a social media channel?
I know. Well, it's so interesting because you look and you see 1 million followers, like, well, what else do they need? They're doing great. Well, on TikTok, it's close to 1 billion users / potential shoppers. So they've just, I can't even do that math, but 1 million to 1 billion, they've exponentially outsized their audience now, and they just continue to kind of create this incredible content. It's a natural fit. All of their customers are also like very likely creators. So it's a perfect fit. And frankly, I would have thought they were on there already. So it's great to see that now they're joining to be on there and have another avenue for the people to check out and, learn about them.
And I'm hoping I'm doing the CEO justice. I'm pretty sure she said we're not a 10 or 12-year-old brand. We're a 100-year-old brand that's 10 years into that journey, which I absolutely loved.
I love that.
Isn't that the right way to look at it?
Yeah, so, I know. Emily Weiss was the founder. Then Kyle Leahy is the current CEO that's moving out. And they both, I think they've been so true to kind of who their customer is that they seemed that they will stand the test of time. They weren't a blip that went away quickly. They've showed staying power, at least in this insane era of social media. So I think they're here to stick around.
Which is a nice link into the next one. Adidas seem to currently not be able to put a foot wrong, and I'll say why. Because obviously, some of their competitors, Nike, have been really struggling with sales, and some people have argued it's because they went off piece. They decided to disrupt the market, just be a direct to market brand. Then they went, no, we're going to go with our partners. So they dibbled and dabbled in both markets. But also, what I think is a fantastic sign of the economy right now for brands is this sort of relationship with megastars. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson is a megastar. So is Missy Elliott. And they've come up as the part of the launch of the Superstar brand from Adidas. They've come up with this cool, I've got the notes on who actually did that. Who is it? Where is it? Let me tell you who it is.
Glorilla, I think, is part of it.
Oh, man, where is it? I've lost it. Okay. I thought I did it, but I don't. But the reason why this is interesting, and I mentioned globally, obviously this is a US campaign that's literally launched one day ago. It had 50,000 views. In the UK right now, Oasis are doing their comeback tour. 30-year-old band that's been sold out. But look at what brand is at the heart of this and its engagement. It's, again, Adidas. And, the pop-up store that's been opened in Manchester and London, Adidas all over the shop, connecting with rock and roll, which, again, is a complete different music sphere from Missy Elliott and acting sphere from Samuel L. Jackson. Right. But I think it's a masterclass in working with content creators at a megastar level. which
100%. I mean, it's just bringing the relevance and bringing the cool factor and, the joie de vivre. Like, people want to be part of something that's cool and relevant. Speaking of cool, I got the chance to go to, Cannes Lions, the creative festival about 3 weeks ago. And it was really clear from kind of walking around there, the shift from giant agencies running all creative and all brand kind of top of funnel to now being much more in the creator space, much more in the influencer, but even micro influencer space. There were a lot of influencers that had very specific niche, but fervent followers. So that was interesting to see. There's kind of a wave of revenue that's shifting and is there for the taking for brands and for influencers. So I think that goes along where, like, do you need an agency to go direct to a celeb? Not really, but maybe to go to some of these smaller influencers, how are you finding them? It's a unique new way of matching.
I know you love everyone, so you have to be really careful. Like, but who was there any brand that sort of blew your mind in terms of their activations, or anyone that did a really great job?
It's a great question. All of them are amazing because
all of them.
You're in the south of France. I will say Walmart Connect had a really great one. They had a lot of their partners there, and you could kind of go and just it was almost like, what are those things called? Like when speed dating, like you could just go up and be like, oh, here's NBC, here's this player. And so
Walmart Connect.
Yeah. And they had a lot of their partners there. So it was a one-stop shop to kind of meet a lot of those people. There were, YouTube, Salesforce, MasterCard, the female quotient. A lot of them had these different brands that were speaking and just talking about any part of their marketing journey, mostly top of funnel brand awareness. But a lot of them realize you need the metrics, obviously, now, and that people are there to talk about the metrics. So a lot we're talking about really, what are the new KPIs that you look at and how do you measure them when everything is new and you're not even comping year over year anymore because there's brand new activations and things like that. So it was fascinating, and we should do a show from there.
Show on Walmart. We'll do that one. And I think, can we call them obviously they are a retailer, but what a transformation, right? Underneath their CEO, the last 5 years going into all these tech stacks. Anyway, we definitely need to the show. Just talking on research and data, it just happens that NRF have had some interesting recent research.
Yeah. Every year, we do back to school. That's a big shopping holiday. It's not just elementary and middle and high school. There's a lot with college and a lot leaving home for the first time. So you think about it, it's almost like you're rehousing people each year. So that's a really, really big holiday, probably second only to kind of the Q4 holidays in December. So as of early July, where we are now, more than half of back to school and college shoppers have already started. So it's getting a little bit earlier and earlier each year. Some of that is because people are pulling forward shopping for the year of tariff pricing going into effect. Some of that is there are deals right now, and there are big Amazon Prime deals. There are big Walmart deals. Walmart launched a very similar sale to Amazon Prime these same 4 days. There are a ton of those sales, kind of the Christmas and July, that we can talk about. But right now, the research is showing how much people are pulling this forward, which is great to look at the numbers. What it could mean is that it will be a little lighter in August or September if everyone's pulling these forward. So something to think about. Ties in a lot with our chief economist, Jack Kleinhens.
Who's phenomenal, by the way, in the press. I've got to stop gloating over NRF because this is going to become quite grating for people.
Look, it's not paid.
And you saw him. Yeah, I'm not paid, actually. And 2 years ago, I turned up from Europe, doom and gloom. The world is going to and he stood up with the Deloitte. I can't remember whoever else was on stage with him. And he says, numbers are really good. Going to be the best year ever. We're calling it that it's going to be really good. And I was like, oh man, you know nothing. Next year, I said, you know what? I have to apologize because I actually, when I did the review of it, I was like, these Americans and their positivity about the economy, best year ever. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Awesome. I will make sure he knows that he was right. It is funny. we always talk about, should we go back and talk about how correct we were? But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge amount of money for a lot of these, specialty electronics, clothing, department stores, shoes, all of that. So, each family is expected to spend around, it's funny, I would ask us, and I would never say this much, but about a little over $1,300, so almost $1,400 for
Wow.
each school year. So for this year, last year set a record of just over that. It was 1370 or 1367, I think, for each family. So last year, the forecast was around 94 billion in schools. Back to
Yeah.
school shopping, not just school supplies. This year will be a little short of that. But again, if you look at maybe some increase in prices due to tariffs, it will likely be right over. So usually we're within a 1 point margin error based on
That's
the
a
back
good
to
year.
school.
If you're in the back to school market, it's a good year.
It's a great year. So get your supplies now if you don't want them to sell out. That's one of the things that the stores are kind of toting. So it's a good year.
Do you want to comment on this one, or should we go straight forward to our final one?
Yeah, let's go to our final one. But yeah, I mean,
I think you meant this sort of blends perfectly to what you were saying. Get those
exactly.
deals in.
Get those deals. So
And we're not paid by Prime. You were telling me there's a Walmart day as well, and there's another day as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, all of them, I'm a very serious customer at all of them. But it's interesting. I mean, Prime Day's been going on now close to a decade. Going into it, there was a forecast that Prime Day alone was going to have just shy of $24 billion of sales in 4 days.
Yeah.
Now, the big change this year is that it's a 4-day holiday. It used to be a 2-day holiday here. So then what Walmart has done, obviously to try to get their share as well, is they've launched a 4-day holiday. Same thing. Prices very similar, if not better. If you're
running now, as in like from the 4th of July onwards.
Exact same days. Yep. And it just so happens to also coincide with Nordstrom's biggest sale of the year that always happens at this time of the year, the anniversary sale. Now, Nordstrom doesn't sell quite the same SKU count, obviously, of Walmart and Amazon, but it's a lot of these same back to school items, the fall items, the trend items that you can get at a discount. So it's just a sale bonanza, and I'm going to just be shopping again all night tonight. But I saw a few early results come in from Prime Day yesterday. More than half of the sales were mobile, which is really kind of what we expect. Most Americans have the app on their phone, but it was a little lighter than I think people were expecting. Now, I'm imagining Walmart took a good amount of that share as well. But it will also be, people are just getting back from a holiday weekend and you have 4 more days. So potentially the urgency of a 2-day sale got spread out into 4, and we might see it kind of pick up as the sales end. But again, I mean, Amazon puts all of their own products on very, very deep discount. And then you look across the other categories, it has a big red banner that you can tell if it's on Prime Day. You have to be a Prime member to shop it. So it really kind of reinforces their whole value prop. Now with Walmart, you don't have to be a Walmart Plus member to shop their deals. So that's a really interesting take. Walmart Plus is incredibly popular, competes with Amazon Prime program. However, you don't need to be a Walmart Plus member to get the everyday low price at Walmart.
Well, one of the things, I know we've got 5 things and we're like on the last minute, but I need to, Paul Herbert here from Adweek, in his commentary was interesting. He was saying that buy now, pay later is going to be a major factor in that growth, because a lot of shoppers leaning into buy now, pay later, which I thought was like, I thought people were coming away from it. But anyway,
I did too. I mean, look, if they're bigger purchases, it makes total sense, right?
Yeah.
You need some help kind of paying that over time. But man, when I saw that buy now, pay later and Affirm and all of those payment providers where you spread it out, going on DoorDash and Uber Eats, I wanted to lose my mind. If you can't afford your Potbelly sandwich, you shouldn't pay for it.
You're buying.
Like, this is a red flag. Like, stop.
No,
So
absolutely.
it makes sense for large purchases. And there's a lot of electronics on sale. There's lots of homewares and furnitures and equipment on all of these websites. So that'll be a really interesting stat to see. We could look at that in the next week or two.
That's brilliant. Jill, I want to be super respectful. We're at the top of our allotted time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Great way to start the day. It's a ton of excitement, and we love keeping pulse, and thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Until next time.